It was evening time. The lanes of the old village Pyravpur, located far from the town, had become deserted as usual. There were light clouds in the sky, and cold gusts of wind passed through the broken windows of the old mansion, creating a whistling sound. The villagers wouldn't even pass near this mansion. They said strange sounds were heard there, like some unseen person roaming around. Rina had come to visit the village with her friends. Jokingly, they said, "Come on, Rina, you act very brave. If you really have courage, then go inside the mansion." Laughter. "Why should I be scared? There's no such thing as ghosts," Rina replied. Rina went alone inside the mansion. As soon as the torchlight fell on the broken walls, frightening shadows began to form. She turned around in shock. There was no one there. Maybe my friends are playing a prank, she thought. But the very next moment, in the torchlight, she saw that besides her own shadow, another shadow was moving on the wall. Rina's breathing grew fast. She softly called out, "Who's there?" There was no reply. Only the sound of footsteps slowly started coming closer. She ran outside. Her friends burst into laughter. Laughter. "What happened? Your face has gone pale." In a trembling voice, Rina said, No, there was someone inside." Her friends made fun of her. But from that day onward, strange things started happening with Rina. Sometimes at night, she heard someone walking inside her room. Sometimes in the mirror, she saw a blurry shadow behind her. Raghu, the village barber, used to close his shop late at night. One day, while returning home by the pond, he felt someone was walking behind him. "Who is it? Come out." No reply. He started walking faster, but the footsteps grew faster too. Suddenly, a music-white figure stood in front of him. Its eyes glowed deep green. "Raghu, your time has come. You cannot escape." Raghu screamed and ran away. The next day, villagers saw that Raghu had gone mad. He kept repeating, "The footsteps will take me away. The footsteps will take me away." Anirudh was a school teacher in the village. He did not believe in ghosts. But one night, while returning near the mansion, he clearly heard the sound of heavy footsteps behind him. "What kind of sound is this? There's no one else here." He turned around. There was only an empty road. Suddenly, someone whispered in his ear, "You will not be spared." Rina, Raghu, and Anirudh were three different people, but all of them experienced the same thing, the footsteps. Fear slowly spread through the village. People said some buried secret of the mansion was responsible for all this. In Pyravpur, everyone shivered at the mention of the mansion. Rina's face had turned pale. Raghu was terrified to the point of madness, and even Master Anirudh now avoided going out alone at night. But the fear didn't stop there. Savita lit a lamp near the tulsi plant in her courtyard every night. That night, too, she did the same. But as soon as she lit the lamp, she felt as if someone was standing in the courtyard. "Who's there?" Nothing was visible in the darkness. Suddenly, a strong gust of wind came and the lamp went out. Savita lit a matchstick. Then she saw a woman standing in the corner of the courtyard, wearing a black sari, her hair scattered. "Oh God." The woman slowly moved forward and whispered into her ear, Listen, someone is coming to take you," Savita screamed. Her family ran out, but there was no one there. Mohan, a priest, said, "If there is a spirit here, I will give it peace today." He started chanting mantras. Suddenly, the sound of slow footsteps came from the mansion stairs. "Who is there?" No reply. Suddenly, iron chains started moving on their own. Mohan panicked, but continued chanting. Then blood-red words appeared on the wall. "It is impossible to escape the footsteps." The rosary fell from Mohan's hands. He ran back to the village, shouting, "This place is cursed. There is an unseen power there." Amar drove a bus between the village and the town. One night, his bus had no passengers. While passing through a deserted road, he suddenly saw someone sitting on the back seat. In the mirror, he saw a man in white clothes with a blurry face. "Hey, who are you? Take a ticket." No reply. Amar stopped the bus and went back. The seat was empty. He returned to the driver's seat. Suddenly, a voice came near his ear. "Keep driving. The final destination is with me." Amar was terrified. From that day on, he stopped driving the bus at night. Hearing about the villagers' fear, the police sent DCP Arvind to investigate. Arvind was very logical and laughed at ghost stories. "This is all superstition. I'll go to the mansion myself." At night, he reached the mansion with a torch. The walls were in ruins. Suddenly, heavy footsteps echoed on the stairs. "Stop. Who's there?" He shone the torch. There was no one. But the next moment, he felt someone place a hand on his shoulder. He turned. There was only air. Then he clearly heard a voice. "If you want to know the truth, go down into the basement." So far, different people had heard the footsteps in different ways. Different incidents, but all connected at one point. The footsteps, Arvind thought. There must be some secret hidden in this mansion. Until we uncover it, these footsteps won't let us live in peace, Rina said. If the truth doesn't come out, these footsteps will keep haunting us. At midnight, all four reached the mansion. Inside, there was such silence, music, that even their heartbeats were audible. Suddenly, the same sound echoed on the stairs. Behind the mansion was an old iron door covered in rust. Arvind pushed it hard. The door creaked open, and a foul smell came out. Stairs led down into darkness. They went down. The basement was cold and damp. Moss covered the walls. In the center lay a broken wooden platform. On the wall, written in blood, were the words, "This is my curse. Whoever hears it will meet their end." Suddenly, a white, misty shadow emerged from the corner. The same footsteps echoed in everyone's ears. "I am Lalita, the owner of this mansion. 100 years ago, my husband buried me alive here out of greed. My screams and my footsteps have echoed ever since. The basement began to shake. My curse is endless. Even those who know the truth cannot escape the footsteps. All four ran out of the mansion. Footsteps echoed from every direction. Near, far, above, below. Arvind shouted, "If we burn the mansion, maybe Lalita's buried body will be freed and this curse will end." They set the mansion on fire and came out. The next day, villagers performed a collective prayer. For the first time in many years, the village slept peacefully. But a few days later, Reena was studying in her room. Cold air entered through the window. Suddenly, she heard slow footsteps coming from the corner. "Who's there?" she whispered. The mystery of the mansion was revealed, but the footsteps were still alive. They say whoever hears this sound even once, their life is never the same again. The footsteps are not just a sound, they are a dark shadow that follows you everywhere. Sometimes you hear them, sometimes you don't, but fear always walks beside you.